John Dowd, number 16. Ricky Carmichael, a good start in fourth. Oh, hold on, Ricky. Ricky's never really liked the mud. Tim Ferry, number 15, right behind him.
And, you know, I just kind of gave Villman a hard time for looking around. Ricky does it right there, too. I think what he wanted to know is which four-stroke that was, and good save right there. Another one by Ricky, trying to get into that berm, and that's the worst off-camber of the racetrack. And skiing on his foot around there for balance, it just about threw him off the high side.
Green flag is out. Villeman and Wyndham, 1 and 2. This has not been a great track for Ricky Carmichael. Yes, he's won a couple of 125 races here, but last year he was 11th overall after 12-12.
Villeman was praying for rain. Oh, no.
Carmichael goes down. Another bad break in the opening moto for Ricky Carmichael. Every moto he's won this year, the previous...
That's the berm that got pushed out. He's trying to connect right about there, but he hits him right where they join, grabs the bike, sends him over the high side. That berm's about 1.5 feet, 2 feet tall. He didn't have a chance.
Villeman is still our leader here in the first 250 moto, and number 4. He's choosing to ride with the number 4 plate instead of the number 1 plate as the defending champion. Ricky Carmichael is now in 13th. He came all the way from 40th. A great ride, but a tough start. Let's go to Davey.
Just a minute ago, Ricky Carmichael's mechanic, Chad Watts, told us that this was no way to win a championship, losing 20 points at a time. As it stands right now, Ricky's going to lose 18 points. He's worked his way up into 13th place. That's still a long way from the top 5, but he has been able to salvage a little bit of points here in a terrible first moto.
And you see Ricky keeps looking over. He's actually looking back behind him on the racetrack. And I have a feeling he's looking over at Villeman, who's not that far behind him. Villeman, here he comes into the same section Ricky just went through. Ricky looking over on the hill, I think, over at Villeman. Villeman is not that far from lapping Carmichael. I don't think Ricky wants to be lapped. It wouldn't hurt him in the points. But by God, he does not want to be lapped in this moto. It's been bad enough already.
Well, Ricky, after such a dominating championship year last year, but he's had different winners winning the overalls, and that's really kind of helped him each round.
Yeah, the fact that the crowd up front is so mixed now, so much talent. There's actually 9 guys that could actually win a moto here, not luck into one. I'm talking about have the talent to win. And you're right, Art, that's really helping Ricky while he's struggling with his first moto.
Number 934 won his first American Motocross 250 moto right here last year in the second moto after taking a 3rd place to take the overall. It was his 2nd overall win of the year as he went 2-2 the week before. He's got to be liking things right here at Mount Morris. David Villeman takes the checkered flag for his first moto. Ferry is trying to start his 4-stroke. Wyndham gets a great start, but Ferry stalled his bike at the gate. A battle now. Back and forth, it's Dowd on the outside, Wyndham on the inside. Wyndham with a nice move into the lead.
I thought he was going to go wide in that corner. He came in there hot, but just laid it over, and that bike stuck.
Wyndham, Dowd, Carmichael, Roncada, Tortes.
Gets around Carmichael.
Number 120 on the 4-stroke Honda, Ryan Hughes. Here comes Carmichael. He wants him back again. What acceleration there.
Well, the pass didn't last long, but, you know, there's not many guys that can say they've passed Carmichael 3 times this year. But Hughes rides with the same aggression that Ricky does.
Wyndham already with about a 2-second lead on Brown. The way this race is set up, we're going to have a lot of battles throughout the field.
And the overall is going to be pretty wild, too, with Ferry finishing 2nd in the first moto and running mid-pack right now. That opens it up for some other guys to sneak in there, like Portelli and Carmichael.
Wyndham had a 3rd in the first moto. Can he hang on and win the 2nd moto? Look at Dowdy. Dowdy's coming back on Carmichael.
Look at Ricky take his hand off the handlebar. He pulled a tearaway. It looks like it got hung up on his thumb, and he shakes it off. Now look at it start again. Watch Ferry. He's still at the gate over there. Gets it started in 40th. And Wyndham, I don't know, he just rocketed out of there like a funny car. Got a huge gap, and there goes Ferry. Wait for me. What a bummer. 2nd in the first moto, a great shot.
I was standing there in the rain. It was a sloppy day that day. But boy, did he look great in his first pro debut.
That was in 125, still 3-digit number. He was riding a Kawasaki back then, and he led the moto for the last lap. Henry finally got around him, but Kevin likes this place. He's ridden well in this moto, but Carmichael has inched up and really put the pressure on now.
Carmichael at Glen Helen, the season's opener, after an 8th in the first moto, won the second moto. At Hangtown in round 2, after a 5th in the first moto, he won the second moto. Now he's trying to recover from a 13th place finish.
Doing a nice job. Kevin can feel him. The pace has gotten even faster. And I thought Kevin started out the moto by just distancing himself, pulling out a pretty good lead, even over Ricky. But Ricky slowly has inched his way back in this, and these guys, third is not even in sight. Billman, who just dominated the first moto, has not been able to even come close to these guys' pace.
The chances are very good that we'll have the third different winner in 3 rounds. Back in 1999, we began the season with 4 different winners in the first 4 rounds. That also happened in 82 and 98, but that is so unusual. Look at this, Ricky Carmichael. They end up rubbing near the berm, and Carmichael takes the lead.
He took Kevin all the way wide. It takes so much nerve to go down the hill as fast as Ricky did, but he's not fooling around this time. I know he's so disgusted with the first motos he's had in this series. He's got to come back and win the second moto. Wyndham, he's got to be just blown away right now, going, how is Ricky going that fast? But if he can keep the pressure on, force Ricky to keep riding. Uh-oh, the lap rider's out of shape.
He went down, and luckily enough, Ricky was far enough behind him and already chose a line that wasn't right behind him. Our new leader, Kevin Wyndham, in second. Villeman is still in third. Let's check in with Davey Combs in the mechanics area. He's with Chad Watts, Carmichael's mechanic. Davey?
Well, Chad, right up to that last lap, this has not been you and Ricky's best day, but you're back in front where you've been most of the season.
Yeah, the first motos are not cooperating with us due to bad starts and taking every soil sample from here to the West Coast. We're not doing too good in the first motos, but he's bouncing back the second motos and trying to make the best of it. We got to start knocking some 1-1s off next round.
Hey, how was Ricky between motos? He looked pretty disappointed when he rode off the track.
Not in the greatest mood in the world.
Well, there's the determination from Chad. Ricky and Chad both hate to lose. And he's going to get the win here, it looks like, if he can hang on, but disappointing start to the season after coming off the Super.
Here's the guy who's out in front by miles, Ricky Carmichael.
And he has opened up that lead over Wyndham. I think Wyndham was in there going, all right, this guy looks like he's on the edge. If I can stay here and push him, maybe he'll make a mistake. But that's what everyone's been thinking all year, and Ricky makes those mistakes, but they don't slow him down. Look at that. The front end's dancing all over the place, and he just lets go of the handlebars, do whatever, clear his vision a little bit, and gets away with it. There's a lot of guys that reach up like that, and they get into a speed wobble, and it's ugly.
Last year, Carmichael setting a record for number of wins during a 250 motocross season with 9 wins in 12 races, breaking the record once held by Bob Hanna back in the 70s, where he had only 10 races that year, but 8 victories.
I had the same thing. There was 10 nationals in the 500 class a year. I won 8 in a row, and if something happens to you after you win the championship and your intensity leaves, and Brock Glover, who I had pretty much swept to that point almost every single moto, he only beat me here in the first moto, but I still grabbed the overall. He came back and beat me in the last 2 races, and I think back on that and go, man, why didn't I dig and try to run the table?
I'm not sure if it was Hanna reaching back or going fishing. Once he sewed up a title, it was goodbye.
I think he just was enjoying rubbing it in, going, hey, I don't even need to be there, guys.
What a great competitor.
And, you know, now we're looking at another guy a lot like Hanna. You look at Ricky. He's got a fairly comfortable lead over Kevin right now. He may have backed off slightly. Ricky is still riding on the edge. He doesn't care that he's got a comfortable lead. He wants that lead to be bigger.
Top 4 riders, all within 12 points, going into round 4.
I know he's going to be disgusted with the fact that it's 3 rounds into the series, 3 totally different racetracks. He hasn't won any of them. But, you know, he's not that far out of the points lead. He's got to be happy about that.
Ricky Carmichael with the checkered flag wins the battle, but it will be Villeman who wins the war.